I'm not a real big honorable mention person, but I did want to include these two as honorable mentions for 2018 Best Toys of the Year. And they're on trymytoys.com for rental or leasing. But these came across my hands. I actually purchased them, and they just don't have the aesthetic that I'm looking for. Sunstreak is a little too tune heavy, and the seams, like you can see how he transforms. That's like a turn off to me. I really like my transformers not looking like they transform. And Sludge is just he's just got the toy aesthetic, and I prefer the tune aesthetic. And I will say this: they both are really great figures, really well done figures. Just aren't for me in my collection. And if you are going to go the Giga Power route, I just suggest you get the chrome because it pops so much harder than the metallic. I've never had a metallic, but I've seen them at cons and other people's houses. And again, if you are going to get Giga Power, my suggestion is to go the chrome route. But again, these two are honorable mention for the best toys of 2018, but they just aren't for me. And you can lease or rent these at trymytoys.com. The link will be in the description. Number 5 on my best toys of 2018 is Iron Factory Steel Lucifer, or their interpretation of a Nova Prime. And for everybody who listens to the Two Brown Boys Talk Toys podcast, I'll put a link in the description so you can go listen to the podcast. When we did our 2018 Toy Awards, I think I had Takara MP Sunstreaker ranked as number 5. And I did that partly because I think it's a really good figure, but the biggest part was like I didn't want to seem like a Iron Factory / third party fanboy, because most of all of my pieces at this point probably are third party, I think, that are in the top 5. But as I went back and played with it, make no mistake about it, Takara Sunstreaker is a really great toy. A really, really good toy. Maybe one of the best MPs ever. And I see why people say it's the best MP they've ever had. But aesthetically, it doesn't do it for me. And I don't care how fun the transformation is, how great the paint is. It has to aesthetically do something for me, which is the complete opposite of what this toy is. Has the paint, has the articulation I want. The gimmick about him turning into Nova Prime is great. And I know that this is not an original mold from a toy, from a Prime standpoint. But the thing they did with the gimmick to make it turn into Nova Prime is really fun, really great, really wowed me. And I have another Nova Prime. I have MMC's Nova Prime, which is a dated figure by its own right. But as you get two figures that are kind of the same character, you do a lot of compare and contrast naturally. And I kept trying to compare and contrast it to the MMC Nova Prime, and I was much more impressed with the Iron Factory Nova Prime versus the MMC Nova Prime. And this Prime, they both have the same gimmick where they you start out with a base Prime, you convert it to a Nova Prime through accessories or a trailer or something to a truck. They both do that same thing. I think Iron Factory pulls it off better, is more fun than MMC. And take out MMC because I just think that this is the better toy than this one. And this is a good toy, a little dated, but a good toy. But I think this one ultimately is the better toy. But take out MMC. Let's just get back and focus on this toy. This toy is everything I want from a Legend scale. It makes me feel like I'm getting an MP, but at a price savings and a space savings. And that's what I want nowadays from my Legend scales. We've gotten so much better. If you go back and see what I've said about Legend scales in this video and previous videos, we've gotten so much better at Legend scales. Now I look at them as many pieces. And that's what I want now from Legend scales. I want to feel like I'm getting a masterpiece for a cheaper price and a smaller scale. And this does it for me. This is an extremely great toy. Like I said, the gimmick of going from Nova Prime, it takes a already existing mold and just amplifies it to another level. And I can't say too many more good things about it other than it's a masterpiece with a cheaper price point and a smaller scale. So my number 5 best toy of 2018 is Iron Factory Steel Lucifer, or their version of Nova Prime. Number 4 on my best toys of 2018 is Fans Toys Dracula, or their version of Mind White. Look, I did a video about how we deserve better headmasters and target masters for these MP figures, because that's the only downfall of this figure. To me, this is, take out the headmaster and the problems I have with the headmaster, this is arguably a perfect release. Has the appropriate accessories. I'm not one of those people. I don't need a trillion accessories. Just making an appropriate list of accessories, and the gun and the stand. And the only thing I probably wish it would have had was like the little mind powers, but that may be asking for a lot. I think the paint is good on this. The presence is good on this. Like this is I'm gonna pan around a little bit. This is arguably a great toy. Very good toy. Better than good toy. This was a return to basics for Fans Toys. I think this was the first one that followed up their RC and Cup and Springer, and whatever you think of those is what you think of those. But I have no complaints with this toy minus the Headmaster. And the only reason it's not higher on the list because I think it's as good as it can be. I don't think it's anything they could, minus the Headmaster, I don't think it's too much more it could have done better. But I think that some of these toys do have a cap on how good they can be. And I think that for a mind like this is a 94, because I think a Headmaster take it down, or a 90. I think the Headmaster take it down 10 points. But it's just a great toy. It's just, I think it's only so good a mind like can be. But I think that minus the Headmaster, this is a very close to perfect release. Again, number 4 on Best Toys of 2018 is Fans Toys Dracula, their version of Mind Wipe. Number 3 on my Best Toys of 2018 is Iron Factory's Bruticus. And I'm talking about the whole thing as a set, not any individual bot. One thing I can say about Iron Factory, and I probably said in another part of this video, is that it's 2 toys, 2 companies that give me 3, including Takara. But it's 3 companies, Takara, Fans Toys, and Iron Factory, that make me feel like I'm buying a masterpiece from a full experience thing, from the quality of the figure, the look of the figure, the accessories that come with it, how it's packaged. Like, those 3 companies make me feel like I'm buying a masterpiece Transformer. And I did a video earlier this year saying, does a Transformer need to be MP scale to be considered masterpiece or premium? And some other people said, go check that video out. Some other people said size does matter, but the majority said no, it's just quality of the figure. And this figure made me ask that question because this figure is an amazing quality. Combined is perfect. I have the DX9 Devastator, and this seems so much more than that in every way, from the size, the articulation, to the paint, to the just general presence. This toy is what I hope Legend Scales is growing into. And it makes me more excited for Iron Factory's DJD and some of the other figures that may not have made it on this list or may not have come out yet. This has solidified Iron Factory's taking the game, the Legend Scale game, to the next level. And they go for a stylized look, so it won't be G1 exactly matched, but it is a great look. It's a great toy, and definitely should have made anybody's top 5 list if they have this toy. Again, Iron Factory's Bruticus, a great toy, no matter the scale, and it's number 3 on my list of best toys of 2018. Number 2 on my best toys of 2018 is Fans Toys Quietus, their Cyclonus. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've said this on multiple people posts. Every time I commented on this toy and Transformers ever since he's come out, this toy has made me change the way I look at Masterpiece Transformers. In my mind, it displays just as good as the Flames toys Torn, and its presence is like no one other. This may be the best presenting, this is the best presenting figure in my collection. And a lot of people are like, oh, Flames toys Torn is another level. It is, it's way more intricate and way more articulation. But the intricacy of the design is more so specific to that character and what they were going for versus what Fans Toys were going for in this character. This character, display-wise, is arguably perfect. And I think that this is a Hot Toys type approach to a character. And I don't know if I have any masterpiece that can come close to this. I got their 6-shot. And their 6-shot is great, but he's not as wow. He doesn't wow the room like this guy does. And I don't have the words to describe it. Like I say, the best thing I can say about it is it has changed the way I view MP Transformers, and it has raised the bar. And I only have a few toys like that I can say raised the bar for what Transformers should look like. Only look, not function, anything else. And they both are Fans Toys. I think Fans Toys swoop, they're soar, and this guy. And I only have two iterate. I very rarely buy duplicates of characters just because of my space, and I don't have the space. But I bought two of this guy, one for IDW and one for normal G1 display, and both are wow, all inspiring. Can't say too much more about it, but this toy changed the way I view Transformers. The reason it's not number one is because of transformation and the frustrations that transformation gives me. But as far as a look, display for my collection, how it presents, the best toy in my collection, period. Number two on my best toys of 2018 is Fans Toys Quietus, their Cyclonus. Changed the way I view MP Transformers. And the best toy of 2018 is Unique Toys Purakill, or their version of Age of Extinction, Lockdown. Look, if you saw the whole video, or you saw what my number two was, Fans Toys Quietus, I said it defined how I look at MP Transformers, and it does. But this thing did something much more remarkable, and that's make a movie character look cool. I mean, this toy presents well, transformation is fun, the articulation is good, not great but good. A B plus in articulation. And look at this. This is a character who's a black character, and you know all black characters tend to get lost on shelves or lost in the display. But he has enough paint highlights and there's metallic flake paint everywhere, and it just doesn't get lost as you would think it would. This toy is. I'm not into the movie Transformers, let me say that, but this toy has given me hope for what third party can do for movie Transformers. I have their Challenger too, the Optimus Prime, and he kind of left me a little like, I've seen the trick before with him, but I think Lockdown is much better executed than the Prime. And my only knock on this toy are the hands and the fingers, and that's the same for Prime. Like, you could tell they didn't know what to do because this toy does everything so well that you could tell, and it's such an intricate transformation. You could tell they didn't know what to do with the hands. But that's my only problem, actually. And one more problem, I wish you would have came with like a gun accessory, like to cover over his hands. But my main problem, again, with the figure itself is his hands. But make no mistake about this, guys. This is a toy that if you should add to your collection. I think it's two toys you should add to your collection this year if you can do it. And that's Fans Toys Quietus and this guy. Even if you're not a movie fan, this is a damn good toy. And it's definitely the best toy of 2018 because it presents, maybe not as well as Fans Toys Quietus, it presents probably 85 to 90% as well, but the transformation is a million times better. And it's intricate too, but it's intricate and fun, not intricate and frustrating like Quietus. So, fun transformation, great look, presents well, best toy 2018 in my mind. Unique Toys Purakill, or their Lockdown. And here's a group shot of my best toys of 2018. And I just want to say that it's a really good year and a really good time in general to be a Transformers collector because it was a lot harder to find bad toys than it was to find good toys. And in my best list, I did all the videos individually at different times and kind of stitched them together, edited them together, and it was so easy to pick out my top toys. I think a lot of the toys, the Transformers, are in the really good category, so you get a lot of in the B plus family, which is a good thing. And for me to be able to pick out all these toys, which are at A at minimum, and be able to say, hey, these are the best toys, while having some that didn't make it, i.e. Takara Sunstreaker, which is a good toy, i.e. Fans Toys Six Shot, which is a really good toy, i.e. KF X Transbots, which dropped some pretty good toys this year. It just says where we are as a Transformers group, as a Transformers fandom. They're really great toys being done, and I'm very much looking forward to 2019 and to see with what's coming out in 2019. Some of the things I'm most looking forward to, not to take away from these figures, are, Fans Toys, their combiners, where they start releasing some of their combiners next year. The Skylinks, the bird part of Skylinks from MMC, the DJD from MMC, the DJD from Iron Factory, just Takara's Megatron, Beast Wars, just to see Takara's Hound, just to see what's coming out next year and where we're going as a Transformers fandom. I talk more about it in the State of the Toy address early in the first part of this video. So if you missed that or skipped over that, just go back and check that out for my thoughts in general. But 2018 has been a really great year collecting for me. And more than anything, I'm blessed to be able to afford these things. But I want to say that this may be the best top 5 I've had in the top 5 best Transformers from a number 5 to a number 1 standpoint. Like, they all have great build quality and they all have flaws, but their flaws are so minor compared to what makes them great. So again, these are the best toys for 2018. I just want to do a group shot of them. So thank you guys for watching. Remember to comment, follow, like, subscribe, and I have more content coming for you in 2019. Remember, I do a video once every month at a minimum. And to check out trymytoys.com, which is a toy rental, payment plan, everything to help you get toys, collectibles, service. And also listen to Two Brown Boys Talk Toys. That's our podcast where we also do a podcast. We strive to do one every 2 weeks, but guaranteed once a month, where we just talk all things toy, movies, comics, games, everything. And we want to interact with the community. We do collector interviews. So if you want to be on, hit either me or my brother, J.R. Horton, the True Toy Soldier, action figures and reviews up. But again, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later.